Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. We're glad that you're here. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
And together we are Backyard Musings, the Science and Technology channel.
Yep, and we're talking about frogs, some new frogs, which is kind of weird, and in a weird place as well. Off the coast of Africa, we've got this big island. I think it's considered an island, right?
Yep.
Madagascar, and they discovered a whole bunch of new frogs there. So
It's just
species of frogs.
mind-boggling. We're discovering new species ongoing. It's just mind-boggling
Yeah, this is probably probably the fifth or sixth one we've done, maybe more.
that we've reported on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 7 newly identified diamond frogs reveal hidden diversity that is already influencing conservation planning in Madagascar. Beneath the leaf litter of Madagascar's forests, diamond frogs can remain hidden for most of their lives. An international research group has now described 7 new species of these elusive amphibians. They're called Rhombophryne, I don't know, showing that the group contains even more diversity than scientists had recognized. Would you like to know more?
Correctly identifying species and determining where they live are essential steps in documenting biodiversity and protecting threatened wildlife. By combining field discoveries, museum specimens, and advanced DNA analysis, the researchers uncovered overlooked species and resolved a taxonomic problem that had persisted for decades. The clarified names and distributions provide a stronger basis for conservation work in Madagascar's rapidly disappearing forests.
Quote, diamond frogs have been hiding their diversity beneath our feet, said Dr. Mark D. Schurz, curator of herpetology. That doesn't sound right. Herpetology at the Natural History Museum, Denmark, and lead author of the study. Continuing his quote, many species spend most of their lives beneath the leaf litter, and even when they emerge, they can look deceptively similar, he added.
Huh. Okay, diamond frogs are among the most unusual amphibians native to Madagascar. Some have exceptionally rounded bodies similar to the rain frogs of mainland Africa and spend much of their time beneath the forest floor. Others have long legs suited to mossy habitats or sturdy bodies adapted to life on the ground.
Most appear brown when first seen, but several species carry vivid orange patches or contrasting white or black markings on their thighs and lower backs. These hidden colors may help startle potential predators because the frogs are difficult to find and often look alike. They remain among Madagascar's least studied vertebrates.
Huh. The investigation began more than 12 years ago when repeated expeditions produced frogs that researchers recognized as undescribed species. Naming them was not straightforward because older scientific names could not be confidently connected to the genetic lineages found in living populations.
The decisive evidence came from museomics, which involves, I'm now making that name up, which involves recovering and sequencing DNA from historical museum specimens. That's interesting. Researchers compared genetic information from these preserved frogs with newly collected material, then added evidence from external anatomy, skeletal structure, and frog calls. This combined approach allowed them to connect historical species names with the correct evolutionary lineages and settle long-running questions about the group's classification.
Historical specimens, including examples used to establish the original species descriptions, were particularly important for confirming several identities. The project brought together scientists and institutions in Madagascar and Europe, illustrating how species research can directly support conservation. Many diamond frogs live in forests that are becoming increasingly fragmented through deforestation, but basic information about numerous species remains scarce. So yeah, I don't imagine huge communities and cities and neighborhoods being built in Madagascar, but maybe
Right.
there are. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, quote, for many species, we still know almost nothing about their breeding biology, population sizes, or ecological requirements. Without that knowledge, it becomes much more difficult to assess their conservation status and protect them effectively, said co-author Dr. Andalalau Rakotaurizan, not making that name up, of the Institut de Enseignement Superior de Salvanandria Itasi, Madagascar. That's a mouthful.
Yeah. Where do you live? Can you spell it? All right.
At the university.
The results are already contributing to conservation decisions. At a protected area planning workshop held in March of this year through Madagascar's Biodiversity 30 by 30 program, several of the newly named frogs, including Rhombophryne, Quintini, informed proposals to strengthen and enlarge protected species.
The 7 additions raised the number of recognized Rhombophryne species to 27. Even so, the researchers conclude that more unnamed species almost certainly remain in Madagascar and have yet to receive formal scientific descriptions. Although the work resolves several long-standing questions, Dr. Mark D. Schurz views it as a starting point for further discovery. That makes sense.
Quote, every newly described species represents millions of years of unique evolutionary history. The more we learn about Madagascar's remarkable amphibians, the clearer it becomes that there is still an enormous amount left to discover, quote unquote. And I'm going to imagine that's from Mark D. Schurz. So, yeah, how funny that it's there. Why would it be there on that little island? So, and I don't know if I've ever seen pictures of Madagascar. Have you ever seen pictures of Madagascar?
I think it's forested. I mean,
yeah,
tropical.
Obviously so, yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah, but they're living underneath the canopy, underneath the leaf litter is what they say.
The lily pads.
I can see easily how you wouldn't see them.
Yeah. Oh, and that would be toads, right? Toads live on the lily pads.
Right. We've got lily pads here in Michigan, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You ever had frog legs?
Oh, yeah. I had frog legs in Houston. Tastes like chicken.
Tastes like chicken, yeah. Okay. Well, there you have it. 7 new ones.
Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you.
See you this afternoon. Thanks.